Danganronpa. When we left off, we were about to enter the class trial.
Danganronpa.
And find out who killed. We're about to enter the class trial. And find out who killed Sakura Ogami. There's only 6 of us left. One of us had to have done it. The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery, winky face.
What?
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Oh god. Emoji movie 2. Monokuma. The Monokuma emoji. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive!
Yes, indeed!
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD! This is very much a late 2000s. Did this come out in like 08 or 09 or something? This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Here!
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face and make it look super negative.
Yes, indeed!
For example, do you have 100 friends? Cry emoji. What? He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. Oh. I'll see you all down there. Please no more of that. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
Hey, you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt. One of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. Time to put an end to this. Move to the elevator. It never gets any easier. Boom, 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 boom. Felt it begin its sinister descent. Elevator low, uttering its all too familiar clunky sounds. It fell over and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seat. Now I can not have to teach this. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. I don't even have enough skills to use all my SP. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the black. Now,
We already know who did it.
Oh God, Hina.
whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
I like how he doesn't retort at all. He's just like, idiot.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. There must have been some reason for it. We already know that because they were the ones asked to meet with him.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Shoot!
Come on, Makoto, don't claim it now. I should probably read the whole thing before I shut up.
You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Let me look at that truth. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the raccoon binding. She had slid these notes underneath the person's building. Okay. Well, we already have.
It was
those.
one of you.
We just need to figure
One
out
of
which
you
statement-
killed Sakura.
Which statement?
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
God dang it.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Why?
low. That's about as low as you can get.
I don't like class trials, man.
That's the only reason you have...
That's
Wait, what?
low.
Frick, I was
That's
trying to
about
push
as
it.
low
God
as
dang
you
it.
can get. It was one of you.
And what reason did...
Because you hated.
Is that it?
That's
kinda
the only
fun to
reason
listen
you
to
have
them
her
talk.
accusing us?
That's low.
God.
That's about as low as you can get.
It is kind of fun to hear them all go.
It was one of you.
And what reason?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Why do I keep
That's
missing?
low. That's about as low.
The reason you have her accusing
Why
us?
isn't it working? Oh.
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Why is space slow down and CTRL is space
It was
slow
one of
down?
you.
CTRL is
One of
I
you
thought it was
killed-
shit.
And what reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
You know, like, it gets to the point in this game where you basically have to slow it down in order to show it. It's kind of dumb.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed.
I can't disagree with Tina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I actually believe.
I didn't either.
I believe both of them. I think
Yeah,
Hero-
same here. I never saw her.
That was
No, that's wrong.
Suck it, Hero.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What? What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
I totally monopolized that.
So there's no way a single one of them was
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
from Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Peanut, calm down. Let me question, okay, girl?
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office.
Time for auto mode, guys.
So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
So let the game play itself.
Damn it! Ooh, I mean, what I meant was,
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
I love that pose where he's got like the hands above his
You're
head,
acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
What do you mean? No, you don't.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
How do you know about it? Wait,
At the
talking
scene of
about
the crime,
magazine?
she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Well, how did you know about it?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying?
Okay.
No way! I didn't do it!
Those dying messages are almost always fake. Sayaka's was not. But, like, most of the time these dying messages are
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
BS. So...
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Hero is...
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying messages, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
I can, like, left click and just move forward without turning off auto. There's definitely something strange about it. That way the awkward pausing isn't, like... Because it does kind of awkwardly pause between the text.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. when Ogre's body was discovered.
What? How's that not right? What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
Shoot!
Other than calling her ogre every time, I don't think so.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
How do I do the thing where I, like, steal the other text?
shelf. When I pulled it out,
boy.
I saw her final word.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Yeah! Get
No,
busted! It is pretty satisfying to watch everything break.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation, and you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
Vienna sausage? What?
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Yeah.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
What
Yeah?
if it was you?
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Ogre.
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
What? Moment of truth. Oh god, I suck at this.
Show me the proof! I'm at least 30% right!
I love that voice clip. I'm
The
at
occult
least
is
30%
bullcrap!
right.
Give it a rest! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap!
How do I read this? How do I read it? Help? Tab. Okay.
The end is nigh! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! The end is nigh!
Okay, well, frick off! The gimmicks in this frickin', the gimmicks in the frickin' class trials are so annoying. Like, I literally lost that because I didn't know that tab was reloaded.
I refuse to give up yet!
Narrator. I can't give up now. And I know I've had to do a moment of truth with him at least.
Show me the
once,
proof.
because I remember
I'm at least 30%
right. I remember hearing
The
that.
occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest! I'm at least 30% right!
Oh, right.
The occult is
One bullet at a
bullcrap.
time. This game is stupid and terrible.
The end is nigh! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest!
No way to call this.
I'm at least 30%
I don't want to
right!
Okay.
The occult is bullcrap! The end is nigh! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap!
The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least
Show me
30
this should
I'm
prove
at
it.
least 30% right, guys. 30% right all the time. 30% of the time I'm right every time.
I'm completely unconvinced that
Frickin'
Sakura wrote
Hiro.
that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands
there
were
was no
completely
blood
free
on
of
her
blood.
finger. Ha 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 ha.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, okay.
He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Oh my goodness. Wow, that did not take long.
Please,
There must be more
just
to
let
this
me
than
explain what happened.
Just as I
I
suspected.
got Ogre's note, and so I headed to
Let
the
me
rec
guess.
room right
Whacked her
before
on the head
noon,
with the
just like
bottle,
it
and
said.
thought she died from that. She didn't.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Oh, Byakuya. Such a great character. I mean, he's an asshole, but he's such a great character. Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Oh, okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Wait, so we didn't bash on the head? Oh, sure. Thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence.
Okay.
Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
Oh, you dumbass.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
No, she was gonna go fight Monokuma.
So of course I freaked out, and then
Grab a bottle.
I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Wait, okay.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
Because if that's all that happened, then why did she vomit blood?
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy.
Hello?
It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
I mean, I'm pretty sure roasting and boiling him would also lead to
We're
death.
ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
I agree.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Oh, okay. This was not what I was thinking, actually. Nobody's meant to do writing that doesn't make sense. Yeah, why was the magazine...
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone
not
else must
lying.
have put the magazine
Whoa.
back on the shelf.
Wow.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Before and after?
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like it would have been written. There's only one choice.
I got it!
Okay.
It had to be Toko, right?
Did you kill her, Toko?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not what his case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe...
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once
Let's
more,
watch that
it should
video
become
one
clear he's
more
not
time.
Sakura's killer.
So... what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you
One
attacked
more
Sakura.
I don't really see why, but... okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro is the killer. And I have to prove that. Whoa, there's a lot of evidence here. Okay, hold on.
I didn't want to...
Yellow powder.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle.
So, 2 blows to the head, the vomited blood, and the yellow powder on her shoes. Those are the clues. These are the clues.
And I hit Ogre from behind, before she could do anything.
I believe that.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, how do I...
After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
I wish you could just
See?
scroll it by,
Isn't it obvious?
scroll the video without having to, like...
Hiro really is the
Without
killer!
having to, like, scroll twice.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind, before she...
You hit her from... And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
I wish more segments would give me, like, multiple pieces
If
of
Sakura
evidence to
died from
present-
Hiro's single blow,
present, just
that
so I
doesn't
have to-
explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Just so I have to think a little harder. Like, because if I have multiple evidence pieces, I have to actually, like, go look at them and see what they were.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice? With 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Okay, I find it really funny that she was attacked in the head twice by the same type of weapon.
There's
there's
something
clearly
very
2
suspicious
missing,
about those bottles.
The gaps.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma... Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
That was the remains of 2 bottles. That's why it weighed more.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Just, there was one with the queen and one with the bishop. Or the horse. I don't know. I wasn't looking. It's the object. Hangman's Gambit. H-S-I-C. Chess. Chess. Where's the S? Where's the S? S. S. What? Chess, right? What? Hello? God, what? Okay, give me another S, please. Chess. Chess piece. Okay.
Now I understand.
We did it, Blosimos. We did it.
That's it. The chess pieces.
I still don't know what that means.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Okay, queen goes here, knight goes there, right?
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you
Where's
don't know
the
too much
queen?
about chess, do you? In chess, there are 6 different pieces.
Yeah. I get that.
What was left
I've
intact at the
played
crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those. And on the ground was the
Where's
knight.
the
Oh.
queen?
So the queen is missing.
Yes.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with
The other thing
anything?
that makes these class trial segments annoying is that I'm always like 5 steps ahead. So like they spend all this time explaining.
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this tape. That bottle could have disappeared.
No. It's.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Is that really supposed to convince us? It's not evidence at all. Please tap out.
Shoot!
Wait, what? Hold on. It's not. Oh, that was the blows to the head, not the bottle experiment. That's the one I meant.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime, but someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did,
That was such a
they
long
must have
fall.
left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da. There can be no doubt that the second bottle involved in this case must have been used by bowling aficionados. What the frick? Okay, usually the answers, like, at least, like the mean answers at least kind of make sense and have, like, some point of reference, but this means nothing. Like, bowling aficionados. What are you talking about?
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
I love this theme.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
She's got you there, Hiro.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can't be afraid to admit when you're wrong as often.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Byakuya's done.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, so I was waiting there. And that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Byakuya. Byakuya. Okay, to be fair, Byakuya, you kept the whole genocide Jill thing from us and toyed with us in case 2 for half of the case. Literally, we were very close to all getting executed because you decided to try and frame Toko when you knew it was not her the whole time.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I hope it was Toko, just so she could die. A new element. What? This late in the game, we're getting new elements of stuff? Oh no. I don't want to. I haven't even been pressing the button properly. Oh god. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. It's freaking. I'm already bad enough at bullet time battles. I don't need this in my life.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
Oh my god.
It's a lie!
Why can't you go one more time?
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I I curse you! No! That's enough! Nothing!
I died. I hate bullet time battles. They're so dumb. Because it's like a rhythm game, but it's not a rhythm game. And then the fact that like reloading only reloads one bullet at a time is literally the stupidest freaking mechanic. Like, in what universe does the reload
I refuse to give up yet.
only reload one bullet? That's not a thing. There's a reason that's not a thing. In any other... Not at all. Go away.
I curse you!
God dang it.
It's a
It takes so
lie!
freaking long to reload!
That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you! No! That's enough! That's
Cute.
enough!
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Locker handprint, go!
This should prove it.
Literally the only reason I can make it through bullet time battles is because of tempo up cheese. Like,
Did you know someone left a
like,
handprint
once you
behind
run
on
out
the
of bullets,
inside of
you
the
literally
locker?
can't reload fast enough to shoot everything. And then when you can't shoot everything, it goes into negative, and then you can't do freaking anything.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we?
How exactly?
That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Oh, Byakuya, he doesn't care who did it. He just doesn't want his time wasted.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Okay, master.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
Oh my god.
No! I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably
Dude,
did
I got-
kill her.
Okay, I've gotta love that we still don't have the vomiting blood explained, so I don't think it's her either. So, as of now, my theory is Hiro comes in, bashes her on the head with the bottle, then Toko opens the locker, bashes her on the head with another bottle, and then she dies from poison.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
Just use some pepper and turn yourself into Genocide Jack. Then shoot
So
her
I
down.
figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Because you're all idiots. Every character in this game is an idiot except Kyoko and Byakuya. And yes, I'm including myself, because Makoto is also an idiot. God.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Thank you. Oh my god. Stop talking.
Forget all that.
Byakuya is best character.
Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura covered in blood. And when I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? Oh.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Byakuya.
Well, to be honest, Miss
Byakuya.
Morose and me
Boy,
don't actually share our
Byakuya.
memories.
Miss Morose and me.
so I can't really say what was going on.
See, okay, at least Genocide Jill is, like, funny sometimes.
But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
Wait, is that why Genocide Jill hasn't killed any of us yet? Because we're not in practice.
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Oh my goodness.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Oh my god.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for
like
me.
the only thing that is entertaining about Genocide Jill / Toko.
Cause normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
Can you stop calling her Ogre?
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? Now what?
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
You know, it pains me to say this because Hina is my girl, but she's been awfully pushy to vote somebody up this whole time. I think maybe she kills Sakura, and she's trying to, like, get that. I mean, this whole time she's been like, Byakuya, Toko, Hiro, they did it. What if she did it? What if she killed Sakura? Let's just see where this
Not
goes.
quite yet.
I also hit her on the head with the bottle. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
What?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
I love Byakuya. He's seriously like top 10 asshole characters. Like, he's so good.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf! I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
You were taken by... So you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack...
Right where I woke, I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Ah!
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
God dang it. So if the second thought from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is Sakura died?
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by surprise, so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shell! I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Not that captain. I didn't think that.
I was just sleeping, and all of a sudden, Sakura, I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
How the hell is that not right?
Shoot!
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
I have no idea what you're talking about. I want to try it.
Shoot!
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up.
You were taken by so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Ah, God. Maybe it is.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
More tricky
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Oh, what is it, dude? What's wrong? Did I see something weird?
Shoot!
But where's the contradiction?
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
Let me
I
try.
remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Ogre
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You call her Ogre.
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, what is it, dude? I don't... Okay, then...
Shoot!
Yellow powder. Oh, I failed. I don't care. Shut up. At least it doesn't, like, reset the whole trial, like in Ace Attorney. That would really piss me off.
I refuse to give up yet!
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Oh, what is it?
Shoot!
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Okay, at this
And
point,
all of a
we
sudden,
literally
Sakura
have,
was
like,
right there in front of
two
me.
options.
I remember waking
This
up
one,
right in front of the magazine
examination
shelf.
summary
You were
goes
taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in
or
blood.
yellow powder goes on the
Shoot.
last stage. Or, no, the covered in blood.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by surprise when you saw
What?
Ogre covered in blood.
Oh my god, okay. I think the only option
Shoot.
left at this point, the only thing I haven't done is...
I was just... And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up
This
right in
one,
front of the
okay.
magazine.
You were taken by so you
Smashed her head in with the Monokuma.
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right when I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
What? I've literally tried everything. Excuse me? Excuse me, is there a mechanic I'm forgetting? I've done that. What? Okay, there's nothing. I've literally tried everything, haven't I? I've tried every option.
You saw Ogre covered in blood.
There's don't understand! I don't understand!
Shoot!
At this point, we're just going through trying every single option. Now this is really Ace Attorney.
I refuse to give up yet!
Going through trying every option.
I killed her there in front of the shelf!
What?
No,
Didn't I try that? Didn't I literally do that? Wasn't that literally the first thing I did? Excuse
We found
me?
Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Me? Reroll the tapes. That was literally the first thing I did. What?
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of
I
death,
don't understand.
there's
this
no
game.
explanation why
I
she
must
was
have
in
shot
that
one
chair.
of those pink, like white noise flying past and like not realized it.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
I sense some hesitation in you.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
Hiding something?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Why didn't I the evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. The blood, right? The blood in front of the magazine shelf. Where is that in the evidence? There.
I got it!
Got it!
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Yeah, how I don't think so. I don't think any of us can feasibly pick up and move Sakura.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So
No,
she just hid in there
she already
till everyone
stabbed
showed
her.
up and opened the door while everything was all confused.
No,
I was in the locker. I did it, guys. The locker was too small.
I got it!
I guess
Even before we opened the door to the rec room,
Yeah.
Hina and I both got a look inside.
the weirdly worded answer makes it sound like you told me.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
You know.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Not gonna lie, I actually kind of am liking Genocide Jill. I still hate Toko. Genocide Jill is starting to warm up. I mean, she's still easily the worst character. The duo of them is still easily the worst character.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
There's another possible explanation.
What?
This trial's actually proposed that they are going to blood, power, that was that they met, right? Yeah.
And what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Dang it. Come on, Makoto, don't claim us now.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
It's either yellow powder
then
or
what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
It must be the Monokuma file then.
What
Otherwise
was
you
it?
feel
If
like
it wasn't from
yellow
Jen, and
powder.
what was?
There's no other what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the...
Yeah, okay.
No.
See, I feel like the yellow powder is the more direct evidence to use there. Because, like, but I mean,
According
I guess
to the
I guess
Monokuma file,
you wouldn't
Sakura
know
had
that
vomited
yellow
blood.
powder was poison unless
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact,
I'm over.
there was even a
I'm
trace
thinking
of
a
blood
couple
left
steps
around
ahead,
her
as
mouth.
usual.
Well, I mean,
See, this, like,
maybe
having
when she got
multiple
hit with the
pieces of
bottles,
evidence
she
to
cut the
like,
inside of her mouth.
accuse each person with makes this feel a lot more entertaining, more like Ace Attorney. I'm not happy it took 4 cases to get to that point, or whatever.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
Of course, she was just, like, prying the mouth open.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Is she, like, the ultimate detective or something? Is that, like, her actual secret?
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort
Maybe
of
she's not a
reaction
student
within
at
her
all.
body.
Maybe she's a detective
Most likely.
sitting there to figure shit out. I don't know.
Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Exactly. How he was able to...
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone, quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
The dynamic between Byakuya and Toko is by... And between Byakuya and Toko / Genocide Jill is easily the best part of Toko's character.
Not in the rec room?
Best.
And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Oh, just get frickin' roasted. Byakuya is the master of roast.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals.
Feel Byakuya.
And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Wrong.
That's the question, isn't it?
I got it!
I like how the
Poison
game
was
literally-
actually in Section
The
A,
game
wasn't
literally
it?
tells you where the supplements were. So all you have to do is literally just like press 2 and scroll up a little bit so you can figure it out.
But you just said that Section A was for...
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
What is this? Is he just drinking the... Oh my god.
Master!
He knows that they were swapped, so he's just freaking drinking the protein drink, dude. Oh my goodness. Byakuya.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
They're all freaking out.
Huh?
He just doesn't care.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Oh, Yoko took the bottle from Kuya and scraped at it with the contents with one finger. Touched her finger through it.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Get frickin' wrecked.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Uh-oh. Yeah, literally figured this out like 20 years ago, but alright. Hangman's Gambit. So that's what I mean, it's like you figure out 90% of the case before you go into the trial, and then the game, like, spoon feeds it to you. Or a protein drink, yeah. Okay, where's R? Where's E? E. He's saying that again, let's see. We did it!
Now I understand.
Now I understand!
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Oh, no. But who would have handed her the protein drink? Frickin' Tina!
You're saying they gave her a
Please
protein
tell me
drink,
you
right?
did. Please tell me you did it.
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
So she gets bopped in the head twice. It doesn't kill her because she's a freaking beast, an ogre. Hina comes in, she's like, "What's wrong, Sakura?" Sakura's like, "I got bashed in the head by 2 idiots trying to kill me." And then Hina goes, "Drink this protein." Or maybe she doesn't know she got bashed in the head. She's like, "My head hurts. Not feeling." And then Hina's just like, "Here, have a protein drink." And then the protein drink was frickin' poison.
So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
I do too.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the 2 materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The footprints! The footprints! I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. I'm mad right now. Nina, why? Nina, why? Where are the footprints?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
The footprints. They're mine.
Language, but shit, dude.
Hina?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Hina, no! Dude, why?
Just as I suspected.
Why? Oh, I
The
don't want to.
footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it.
Oh, I'm so mad.
And the only
I'm so
people
mad.
here
That
who
means
wear
literally after
sneakers
this case,
are-
the only other people alive are going to be Byakuya, Toko, Hiro, and Kyoko. I'm going to want to die once this case is over. Frick! Literally only the annoying characters are going to be left. End my life.
I got
End my life.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Those footprints. Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm this again. That's like...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Hina! No! Dude,
Plus,
I don't wanna
Hina's
be
been
stuck
acting
with all these
strange ever
annoying
since the
characters
trial
here.
began.
Frick!
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... The two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her.
Hina, how could you do that? How? Why are you being so manipulative? You're my girl.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us.
I mean, she kind of did.
I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
I know, right?
Hina, is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room.
This sucks hardcore.
She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
But why?
Now's my chance to kill her.
But
That's
why?
what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
Wait.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Maybe it wasn't Hina?
You still don't
Maybe
get
we're
it,
safe.
do you?
Maybe
The
we're
game we're
safe.
playing here isn't so
Maybe we're
kind.
safe.
Honeyed words
Maybe
like
it was
friendship
you.
don't
Maybe it
matter
was you.
here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not
Locked
convinced.
room. Oh, baby. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe, please, let it be someone else. Please.
Are you talking about the locked...
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it.
I need it to be
How
somebody
did you
else, even
create
if it's
that locked
Byakuya.
room?
Even if it's Byakuya and I don't get to hear stop talking anymore, I need it. Please. Let it be not her.
that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
I mean, Hiro thought it was him, Toko thought it was her. Maybe Hina just thinks it's her and it
No,
wasn't her.
it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
I'm hoping.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that?
Getting pretty
Even
mad.
ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it.
Uh-oh.
It just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
Uh-oh,
He's right.
Byakuya,
It
you're
makes
in
it look
trouble
like
now.
you wanted people to suspect
You're in
you.
trouble now. Oh, baby.
I was just
He's planted
nervous.
evidence before.
So,
He's planted evidence
I didn't notice
before,
I
guys.
left the footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
She at least attempted to. I mean, that is pretty malicious. So I'm kind
There's
of mad.
nobody else
but,
to suspect. Nobody else
what?
could have
I will
possibly
take
done it.
I will take it if it means I'm not stuck with Byakuya, Toko, Hiro, and Kyoko as the only characters left. Because that will literally drive me mad.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
Okay.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
Oh,
I
that's
see.
where the Wait. that's
Okay.
where the powder-
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
Hina, girl, you not cut out for murder.
And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein,
There should have
right?
been 2 sets of footprints.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, that doesn't match. That does not match.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Big Mac.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Oh, he's getting angry. I think it's him. I think he did it. I think Byakuya is finally actually the killer. Like 2 cases after he should have been the killer. Maybe it's not enough at all.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to...
No, that's wrong.
Wait, hold the phone. Sakura's feet. Sakura's shoes had
You said
powder
you
on
went to
them?
get the poison from Section
Maybe
C.
Sakura?
And that's where you spilled the powder,
Maybe
right?
Sakura's footprints? I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah?
I honestly
What
don't
about
really
it?
get how. I honestly don't get how it could be not Hina, but at the same time, like the powder thing doesn't add up, and the locker room doesn't add up, and I really don't want it to be Hina. So I'm
And
like,
after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section
I
A.
will say this about this game. It seems like they're like the investigation always gives me like an outline for like about the first half of things that happen. And then the first half of the trial is like drags. It's like snail's pace giving me the information I've already figured out. But the second half, like the twist, there's usually a twist that I don't see. Except the first case. The Leon thing is pretty obvious. But first case.
That contradicts what you just said.
Well, like, case 2, I was expecting it to be Byakuya. That was like square one. And then it was Mondo. Never would have expected that it was Mondo. And then case 3, I think case 3 I probably have the least to go off. That was the body.
Then maybe
But-
she moved
and
in
then
some
this
weird
one-
direction on purpose to
and this one's,
disguise her
had,
movements?
50 different twists. I mean, the poison thing I knew, but poison, I don't know.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left the footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Why are you asking her?
Well,
Maybe you're the killer,
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
or maybe she forgot.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Wait, so... Wait. Wait, okay, if they are her footprints, then... She's still there. What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
well, you see...
I'm just gonna keep rotating until she's upside down. I'm just gonna let it rotate. Whoa, we're upside down now.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh, she's a
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence?
Evidence?
Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Did?
What is it?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
What is going
It had
on?
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
I have no idea.
Me?
What?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it!
That
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
doesn't make any sense.
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
So confused.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
A lot of things.
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? The bottle of poison.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
The only person...
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was
Wait.
planted there.
Wait, the only person who could have moved it was Tina. Because she was the one who left to go get them, right? But why would she... What? This doesn't make sense.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Agreed. I have no idea what's going on. It's gonna be a clear.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked.
Either that or he's the killer. Trying to make
But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
You know, if Kyoko ever actually was the killer, she could totally trick and dupe us over. Because without her, like, these cases would just be like a mess of scrambled nonsense. Like, even Byakuya is like not a match.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
So bad, it has to have been him.
How can you know what I don't know?
Oh, maybe he's just mad because she knows more than him. That's possible. Proof that someone brought the protein can to the record after was it? I guess it could be the can, the glass.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there.
Boom!
No,
That
it's
broken, destroyed, countered. Let's go.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath it.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
Yeah, that's what.
No, that's not why.
Was it a suicide?
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
But then why did Hina lie about being the killer?
Such a ridiculous
Did she feel
fiction is...
guilty about it? About something?
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Byakuya saying the word sorry? What?
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
Wrong.
What do you think, Makoto?
Wrong. Sakura went and swapped it around again. She went and got the poison. That's right, I killed Sakura. Me, I'm the blackened. What does it matter who got what from where and took it wherever? Let's just hurry up and vote and get this over with. It wasn't her, it was Sakura. I'm still, like, this is a very confusing thing. I'm sure it will all be explained to me.
I got it!
Well, actually, more
think
likely I'm gonna have to
was
explain
Sakura
it via
herself.
manga mode, and then everything is just gonna freaking fall apart.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Does she just, like, not want to admit that Sakura... Maybe she just doesn't want to believe in Sakura. Okay.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Oh, I see.
I hate you!
Like, on
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Okay, I think I get why it's weird. The reloading also has to be in time with the rhythm. And I'm just
Hina,
so, it's actually not
Did you
that
know
weird. I
that
guess
Sakura's foot had a certain yellow
I
powder
guess it's
stuck
fine.
to it?
I guess the design is technically fine. I just suck at rhythm games, or rhythm in general. So, like, it's not the minigame for me. Like, way too difficult for my brain. Like, I have to just tempo up spam in order to get it to work.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
So nobody killed her. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good. Select someone. Where's Sakura's dead body? She killed herself. There.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it.
It just so happened that, like, a shit ton of other stuff happened beforehand that made things.
All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Well, that's a new locked room situation. Created the locked room secret. Honestly, like, that's totally a thing to be accused of. No, she wants
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room.
Okay, but who was that someone? Was that someone Hina? I guess it was Hina. I don't know why she's so desperate to cover up the life of Sakura killed herself.
And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Maybe she just really wants to die. I don't know.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
Gotta say, she was actually pretty clever at covering up
I
her
was
trail.
too shocked to notice
Like,
anything.
even being
And
Hina
Kyoko
didn't
was busy
catch on.
checking the body.
Kyoko was the only one who figured it out because she's just like a mad genius.
And the
She's
more I think
the
about
ultimate
it,
detective.
the more I realize how
I think that's
unusual
her-
your
I think that's her
actions
real
were.
ultimate. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. Shaky legs, the rest of them.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
And they also explain why the protein can was over the glass.
When you were done,
And why the
you
glass
gathered everyone
was
together.
in the poison bottle.
And
Yeah,
once you were back in the rec room,
literally makes perfect sense. I got everyone. Whoa, ogre! Ah, but it's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
That's
The
true.
Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
Wow.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence. The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Byakuya's over here like, how could anyone fool me?
No! No, 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 no!
Yes.
I killed her!
Yes, yes,
I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument. By end this properly, we mean stick me in an annoying manga segment. Great. Okay. Arrivederci.